So far it's been a good day. We've had good speed with Napa Toyota, and been looking forward to coming here all week. So always enjoy coming to Texas, and we've had some good runs here over the years. Certainly last year, this was one of our better racetracks, and looking forward to the rest of the weekend. The car's got good speed so far. It's driving really good. We just need to, we're doing a little bit of testing, trying some things. The new car is definitely different here. We're still learning a lot about the car, especially on these bigger mile-and-a-half tracks with the aero package and things. So far it's been a good test. We've tried a lot of things. We've learned quite a bit already this morning, and things are going well.
Okay, we'll open it up for questions for Martin. Please raise your hand. We've got wireless mics that we'll get to you, and we'll take questions. Okay, we'll start right here in the back.
Hey, Martin. Carlos Mendez, Fort Worth Star-Telegram. Eddie's looking forward to a very entertaining race. Do you think the new car has contributed to making those races this year more entertaining?
Well, obviously it's that's been the biggest change from last year, and the races seem to be causing some excitement, and that's a good thing. So the cars have they've definitely been different than we expected at some places, and they've put on a good race. At the big tracks where we thought passing was going to be more difficult than what we had last year. So far so good, and hopefully that'll be more of the same this weekend.
Okay, Martin is now joined by Greg Biffle, driver of the number 16 3M Ford. Greg, you had a great test session so far today, too. You're second right now in the first test session. Talk a little bit about the Gen 6 car and your thoughts so far today.
Yeah, the last time I drove this car was last year here, and it's come so far since then. It was definitely a handful then to drive, and now, the first few laps on the racetrack, the things got a lot of grip, really fun to drive. And, same old Texas, sliding and a little bit loose and then a little tight. And, it's going to be a fun race.
Okay, we'll continue to take questions. We got our next one over here with Bob Pockers to our right.
Bob Pockers, Sporting News. For both of you or all of you, how much from what you had on at Vegas is obsolete now because of the development of this car, or is a lot of what's working at Vegas and maybe California still applicable?
That's a good question. I don't think that it's, obviously the cars are evolving. Things are different. We've worked very hard on our cars, even since California. So I think setup-wise, I don't think they'll be, a lot different. I think guys will, we certainly worked a lot on the aero package and body stuff and trying to find more downforce and more side force and things that, pretty much guys are always working on. So setup-wise, I don't think we're too awful different than we were at Vegas and had a pretty good run there. So just try to continue to make the race cars better. If you come to the track with a car with more downforce and more side force, usually they go faster without changing the setup,
Okay, now joining Martin and Greg is Paul Menard, driver of the number 27 Quaker State Menard Chevrolet. Paul, obviously having a good test session so far today, too. You're seventh so far this morning. If you'll talk a little bit about the Gen 6 car here at Texas and your thoughts so far on the practice session.
So far so good. We did the tire test here last fall and felt like we had good speed. Even though the the rules were a little bit different, we had a low downforce package in at the time, but felt like we learned a lot at the tire test. We came back and raced last fall and we had a horrible race, so put a big emphasis on just making sure we unload good today and do all the right things, preparation to unload good. It's hard if you're looking for a half a second, it's hard to make that up. But if right now we're just looking for a couple tenths, so feel good about how our speed is. Got a lot of things left to try this for this couple hours in this afternoon session and try to get a little bit better.
Okay, we'll take our next two questions over here to our left with Jeff and then David. Or David and then Jeff. Go ahead.
David Curvell, NASCAR.com. Guys, I realize the track record here came after the facility was resurfaced, but are the speeds what you thought they would be today, and do you expect them to go up or go down as we go through the race weekend?
I would say it'd probably slow down. Normally when we come here, the more you run, the slower it gets. That would be pretty normal for a race weekend. I honestly don't even know what we ran here last year time-wise, so I'm not sure how today compares. I mean, it didn't feel out of the ordinary to me here. Normally you're in the gas a long time here, and that's kind of the way it felt here. But definitely had a lot of grip to start off with. I felt like with the tire and the aero package we have.
Yeah, I think you're going to see, pretty high speeds qualifying. I think you'll, definitely, You know, this is one of the old school racetracks, one of the few that are left where the tires super fast for the first lap. You know, falls off almost a tenth on the second lap, a couple, 2/10 on the third, fourth lap. So you'll see that really fast one lap speed, but that's not really a big concern on, are we going too fast or a lot of speed or track record because it slows down so quick. But, we do have less gear, and that's probably worth at least a tenth of speed as well. It seems like to me, I can tell the motor doesn't seem like it's got quite as much steam, because we got a little bit less gear in it.
Okay, we'll take our next question from Jeff.
I'm going to say today, Greg, this has always seemed kind of like a Roush track. I mean, you guys have always done pretty well here for some reason. With the season that you guys have had kind of up and down, how important is this track for you guys to come out and do what you've done in the past? I mean, do you feel like there's some extra emphasis on this now that, you've got to show something here?
Yeah, I really think so. We plain and simply screwed up at Las Vegas, and I take most of the blame for that. It was just way off with this new car. California was more of us, qualified second, had pretty good lap times. Unfortunately, had to start the back with an engine change. But, this track feels good. Had really good speed here, second quick. And the lap tracker, our laps look fairly good. So I feel pretty confident we're going to have a decent weekend. At least a top 10 run, and we'll, hone in on that as the weekend goes. But I think we got a good chance at winning. Right place, right time, 2 tires, 4 tires, make it on gas, whatever it comes down to.